I used to sit in the dugout and chat about, the only time we really chat in the dugout during the game was when there was a left-handed pitcher facing us. We could hit the right-handers, we just had trouble hitting the left-handers, but I want to thank you for Izzy, for having us, and obviously the Sands, the charity event. You guys make the charity. These guys, we just show up, we do the easy work. You guys are the ones that really make it work. Thank you.
Well, Dusty, thank you. I was here last year, as you know, and got to speak and tell my story again. And you know my story pretty much. Obviously, one of the reasons I'm here is I had 2, 3, 4, 5 chances to not just play baseball, but at life. You know, the kid stories here are unbelievable. And I think when I looked at it, you know, I was a kid one time too, a long time ago, and I had dreams. And I, you know, much like the gentleman sitting here, you guys dream, maybe I did dream of playing professional ball someplace. I don't know, I didn't. My dream was to be normal. And you know where I'm going with that.
Hey, I can tell you the best story of 1993, and some of the people on our panel are real old, so if they need to be excused, we might let them go now. But I can tell you the best story of 93, I think it was the first day of spring training, John Crott had gained like 30 pounds over the winter. So Pregos had our clubhouse guy get him big pants and big shirts, so it looked like he was baggy, so it looked like he was skinnier. So they had Crutky out on the half field behind actually the Jack Russell Stadium back then. And they had Crutky in trying to get him to lose weight before spring training. So the first day of spring training, Boa's got Crutky out on the backfield, wearing him out before anybody even gets in. And when everybody starts coming in, Crutky's sitting in his locker. He's butt naked. He's got a heater in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other hand. And everybody's in the clubhouse right now. And Isaac comes in. And Crutky goes, you're that guy with that, and Isaac goes, Tourette syndrome. He goes, yeah, don't worry about that crap. All the rest of these guys are screwed up worse than you are. The whole clubhouse erupted, and from that day on, we knew we had a good team. And that is story. I mean, from that day on, we just gelled as a team.
That is exactly right. Late, about halfway through the year, a little bit later after the All-Star break, we were at a game, you know, sitting in the clubhouse, just chit-chatting again, and Crutky again, he's on a lot of those, isn't he?
Yeah, it's amazing.
He says to me, now remember, I just told you my dream as a kid was to be normal. He said to me, you must think like you're the most normal guy with a bunch of wackos like us. I had to call my family and say, you know what, I just made my childhood dream. That was kind of serious though. We had a good time.
Yes, and I know everybody is a fan of the guys that are here, and obviously went through Major League Baseball. Obviously the 93 club was a wonderful team. I think the reason why is because we had a bunch of these personalities playing together at one time. And that's why everybody loved us, and that's why we loved you guys. So, Izzy, it's your show.
That's exactly right. Now, thank you, and I do thank you for coming. I knew that story would get out, because that's what I wanted it to do.
I got a lot of Izzy stories, all right?
We're on the clock here. But no, I do appreciate, again, Billy and Judy inviting me back. It is about the kids, and, you know, we were all one of those kids at one time, and you all know, too, that, you know, I think those of you that were here last year heard me say, all of us have issues somewhere, you know? I mean, mine you could just see, you could hear, you know, you could just wonder. Exactly, you know. But the thing is, you know, you heard the stories here, it's like, holy cow. You know, where none of us are above it, and I think, in fact, this is just happened within the last 2 hours being here. I had 2 people come up to me and tell me about family members that have Tourette. You know, and to me, it's all worth it. You know, Hector was here last year. You know, he's a great big guy, football player, and you know, he's a student. There you go. You know, anyway, that's what it's all about. We're here, we thank you, Miss Lenny, she's unbelievable. But everybody else too here that comes and wants to hear some of the long stories, you know, this is just ours.
All right, I gotta tell one Isaac story before we get out of here. All right.
Okay.
This is, out of all, you know, when Isaac came to the Phillies, and everybody, of course, he was coming back in the league from Tourette syndrome, big deal, blah, blah, blah. So Isaac comes to Philly, and so everybody's kind of looking at Isaac, like, we're waiting for this guy to really wig out. And he never did. And there was one time in 1994, after we went to the series, got beat, obviously, by Toronto, we come back, whatever you win or lose the series or get there, you want to try to defend the National League or American League, whatever. So in 94, we got old and early, and they started trading players,